Hello everyone and welcome to this is an actual roster preview or test of a couple teams. This is the roster set, the greatest of the 1980s. This is a roster set that myself and Vinny X Wolf are working on, bringing to PS4 Share or PS Share. There actually is one out there now. Check Operation Sports, of course, for details because it's certainly not done. Many of the teams, more than half, are dressed and named, including these two. However, there are plenty of ratings yet to do and other teams to still dress, so we're looking more at about mid-March before we can get something, a full roster set out there. But this is a test between the 1989 San Francisco 49ers visiting the 1980 Philadelphia Eagles. Again, it's the greatest teams of the 1980s. So I'm just going to set up this Super Sim here. And we'll take a look at the 1989 San Francisco 49ers, of course, Super Bowl champions, versus the 1980 Philadelphia Eagles, which were NFC champions. Should be a good game. It's just a preview, so we're probably only going to look at a quarter, or maybe we'll, if it's a close game, or maybe we'll Super Sim, and if it's a close game, we'll check in for the fourth quarter as well. First quarter mostly to get some, hopefully meet the starters, get some animations there, like Madden does sometimes. Sometimes it does not. But there you see Joe Montana handing off to Roger Craig, who loses a yard. Shout out also to I Teach History. By the way, you can see all the details of where we're at in the progress on Operation Sports. If you're familiar with Operation Sports or classical rosters from Madden, you should know the name I Teach History. And the reason you should know that is he has some great roster sets, including the base for this roster set. The base for this set is the 1988 season. So I Teach History on the PlayStation Share has a 1988 roster. If you want to replay the 1988 season, it's a great roster. If you enjoy 80s football, that's where this comes in. Greatest teams of the 80s. So for instance, the 49ers, I Teach History already had the 1980 49ers out there. This is the 1989 49ers, so some changes, of course, and our rating systems are a little bit different. But again, had he not gone ahead and gotten that 88 roster set out there, I'm not sure that we would be doing this from scratch. But starting from 88 and encompassing the full decade of from 1980 to 89, definitely a more reasonable approach. So thanks again to I Teach History. Also want to thank the my partner of this roster set, which is Vinny X Wolf. I believe he may have a roster test out there as well, looking at the 80 Falcons and the 88 Bills. But basically, we collaborated on this, choosing the best teams, or greatest teams of the decade. What do I mean by greatest teams rather than best teams? Well, for instance, the decade of the 2000s that we're going to be doing. The Patriots, many might say the 2007 Patriots are the most talented or one of the best teams they've ever seen. I agree that they are extremely good, but they did not win the Super Bowl. And other teams in that decade, other Patriot teams in that decade did win the Super Bowl. So you are greater if you're a champion. So 2004 Patriots is who will represent the 2000s for the Patriots. 49ers had many to choose from the 80s, the 81 team, the 88 team, both very good teams, won Super Bowls. The 89 team, definitely better than both of those. The real question was the 89 49ers, which is what we went with, or the 84 49ers, who had just a ridiculously great secondary, great in their own right. In the end, we just decided to go with the 89 49ers. Both teams were ridiculously great. Both teams fabulous on both sides of the ball. The fact that the 89 49ers have Joe Montana as their starter and Steve Young as their backup quarterback, two Hall of Fame quarterbacks, in case people are doing full seasons with injuries on, just seemed like maybe the 89 49ers would be a little bit more enjoyable, at least to us. Of course, the other great thing, anyone interested in this roster, you can certainly download it. Again, it's out there now, but you can wait till it's complete, download it, and if you want to make some changes, maybe you like most of this, you like 25 of the 28 teams we chose, but you really want the 84 Niners instead of the 89 49ers, that's okay. You already have Joe Montana and some of the guys in there, then you just make, you have to do some work in creating your own players, but you'll be mostly there, so certainly feel free to do that. That kick is just good enough. 3-0 Niners. Kofor puts it through, and the Eagles take over here after the kickoff. See Hairston there, Johnson, some of the defenders talking about what just happened. Not sure why it's taken so long to get the kickoff. A little bit confusing here. Just a Madden thing. All right, well, okay, there we go. There's Sciarra on the return for the Eagles. Of course, in 1980, he had a broken hand. So you'll see, well, he's off the field now, but you'll see his left wrist and hand covered up, whereas his right hand is not. That's because he had a break back in 1980. Ron Jaws, if you will, Ron Jarowski. Wilbert Montgomery's the one that gets the carry, though. A speedy running back for the Eagles. Here's a look at Rodney Lott, Tim McKyer, 49ers defense. Doesn't look like we're going to get to meet the starters. So after this drive, I will go ahead and probably super sim it a little bit towards the end, and then we'll let the announcers take over. Certainly, if you made it this far, thank you very much. The rest of it's just going to be a game, computer versus computer. If you want to take a look at, some more of these rosters and look, how the guys look, certainly keep up. I don't expect you to stay. I mean, it's been almost 10 minutes. Thank you for watching this far. Check out Operation Sports, however, for the details. Again, the roster set. Oh, what an interception by Tim McKyer. Great leaping interception. Got his feet down, and Jaws throws a pick. But again, check out Operation Sports, Madden custom rosters, and then you'll see this greatest of the 1980s. This will be followed by greatest of the 60s, 70s. Of course, this is the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010s, so it's a long project. We're working on this one and the greatest of the 2000s kind of simultaneously, both expected to be out by the end of March. The 1980s will most likely be out sooner than that, maybe mid-March. Of course, can follow along here on this YouTube channel or the Vinny X Wolf YouTube channel, as both of us will be putting videos out from time to time as we're both working on the roster sets. And again, thanks for watching. I might come back at the end of the video just to show a reminder for anyone that stays. But for now, after this play, we're going to go ahead and skip to the fourth quarter and let the computer play it out. See if the Eagles can get back into this thing or not. Williams with the catch on that one. Apologize for the minute that it'll take here to, well, why is it not exiting? Come on, guys. Montana with the pump fake, and fires and completes to Jerry Rice. Well, it's going to be a hard time for anyone to beat these Niners, and that's what we're showing here. Okay, let me skip ahead, see if the game's even worth 10-0 Niners. Okay, the Eagles get back. It's 10-7 now. 10-10. The Eagles tied it up. Oh, Niners take the lead. Well, it's not completely out of the realm of possibility here. 24-13 now. Eagles need some points. Now it's starting to... Well, it's a 2-touchdown game. So I'm not saying that it's a great chance for the Eagles, but let's see what happens. Let me throw the... Throw the announcers back on for you if the game will let me pause it ever. We have to look at this animation there. You see Wesley Walls, Roger Craig, some of the other offensive players for the Niners. Surprised Tosh is out there. He's a backup lineman. There's some of your Eagles bunting. Herm Edwards, Logan, Wilson, Young, Jerry Robinson, Carl Hairston.
Go! 60 outlaw.
Jaworski backed up at his own 3. And off to Wilbert. Montgomery breaks a tackle, fights all the way out to the 9. Okay, well, forget it. All right, well, I'll be back near the end just to close out the video. But if you're still here, enjoy the fourth quarter, see if the Eagles can complete the comeback or not. I doubt it, but we'll see. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
Ready, ready.
Yeah, baby. Woo!
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
Ready, 18, Gator.
Watching the five. Here we go, here we go. Come on, fellas.
Complete to number 82. A gain of 16 yards. First down, San Francisco.
Ready, set.
55. Check, 55. Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Let's go.
You got it. You got it. Ha ha, you got it.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Eagles' 42-yard line.
Let's go now. 10-2 soft.
Watch the pass.
5.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
Complete to number 89. A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Set. 50, plant.
55. Hey, they scared. They scared.
Clear. Now. 90, Wolf.
Eat. I got one. Undercross.
Hit it.
Undercross.
The kicker on for the extra point.
Okay, with that, I think that is going to end it for everyone. So we'll go ahead and just finish the game. But if you made it this far, again, I don't expect anyone has, but if you have, then again, this was the roster preview video or roster test, as I was testing both of these teams in addition to giving you guys a preview. This was the 1980 Eagles hosting the 1989 49ers. The roster set on PlayStation Share is called, actually Joe Montana was player of the game. The roster set again is greatest of the 1980s. No spaces, of course, because it is on PlayStation Share, but the roster set again is greatest of the 1980s. Following will be other decades, such as greatest of the 1990s, 70s, so on. But for now, it's the 80s, and again, we'll be working on this, myself and Vinny X Wolf. Check out his YouTube channel as well for other great content, but primarily around Madden custom rosters and historical football. Again, thanks for watching. Check out Operation Sports as well if you want to track the progress as far as see what teams are at least named and dressed, such as these two and others, and which teams are yet to be touched and which teams are, of course, completely done, which means the rest ratings have been tested and confirmed. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning into everything you do. Hit subscribe if you like the channel at all. Just come back here, check Operation Sports for updates on this. If you're interested in this, leave a comment. If you want to debate which teams are left, or if you hope a certain team is in one of the other decades, we've pretty much finished our listings already. But again, I can help you transform, for instance, the 1989 49ers to the 1984 49ers. If that is your desire. Thanks again. Have a good one.